Yo, what's good, everybody? Before we start the video, I want to announce the winner of the $50 gift card, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank y'all so much for the support. The winner is Cool Kids, KOLKIDZ. I already sent him his gift card. So thanks everybody for participating. I'll make sure I change the title. But this is not the first giveaway. It's gonna be many giveaways down the line.
Most of my friends in gangs, my new nickname is Genghis Khan, but without the yay, but his last name's my side. I ride with that the meanest. I'm armed to the teeth, you're Venus, and you've never been to the Venus.
Okay, so we got an interesting thing I'm gonna react to today. Somebody in my comment section told me IGN reviewed the game, and I forgot that they reviewed 2K and stuff like that. I usually don't pay attention to it, but I'm gonna react to it just to see what they say. Now, here's the thing. IGN is allowed to give this a low score because this is not the main work that 2K is working on. It's next gen. Because IGN will only give you so low. An IGN reviewer will not give 2K a super duper low score because they won't get to do this and they won't get to do that. So if IGN rates this low, to me that doesn't add more to their credibility. They don't add more to their credibility because they're allowed to rate this one low because this is just a placeholder until next gen. So they're not there. So you get no kudos from me if you rate this game low. But let's get into it.
You hear this said about annualized sports games every year, but this time it has a lot more truth to it than usual. NBA 2K21 is more of the same. That's good in some ways. None of the minor changes have...
But it's been like that for a minute, and y'all was giving the game 8s and 9s and stuff like that, so I don't want to hear that. But go ahead.
...spoiled the exceptional NBA basketball experience on the court. Of course, it repeats the sins of its predecessor as well. Off the court, NBA 2K21 remains a disjointed mess and riddled with noxious pay-to-win microtransactions.
Yep. That's the whole point. And if we have people that were actually in the community talk like he's talking right now, maybe we can have some change. That's what's so crazy about it. Why can't big YouTubers in the community speak about that? We all watch y'all. We are going to watch y'all regardless of what 2K say. If 2K say, hey, you can't talk about this or you can't upload our game and y'all play something else, guess what? We're going to still watch y'all. That's why all of y'all got more of y'all stream than Ronnie 2K when he streamed. Because we like y'all. We came up on y'all before 2K ever decided to be out there like that. So I just wish more bigger people would speak up on that because that is at the core of what makes this game bad.
The addition of shot stick aiming and a MyCareer reskin are nice improvements and all, but it's becoming hard.
Get people that play this game to review the game. The shot stick aiming is not an improvement. The majority of the community does not believe that's an improvement. Get people that's in the 2K community. At IGN, y'all don't have nobody in the 2K community review this game. Because this dude just said the shot aiming is an improvement. No, that's not a fucking improvement. Nobody thinks that.
Harder to ignore the lack of upgrades to key game modes while the focus on monetization only intensifies.
Duh.
Between the baskets, NBA 2K21 features a handful of small upgrades but is otherwise extremely familiar if you've played it in recent years. The best addition is the new shot stick aiming, which demands the challenge of actually aiming shots rather than just timing them. It's really difficult to master and resets the learning curve for experienced players in a beneficial way. Hitting a green...
No, it don't. No, it doesn't. Because all the experienced players have turned the shot meter off. Everybody that I see that's actually been good at this game, most of them have turned the shot meter off. They have turned it off. So don't give me that, experienced players. It's for, nah, hell nah. People turning this off and people going back to timing. Because guess what? Timing was skill-based enough. If you do it right, timing can definitely be skill-based.
Shot, which requires nailing the target in that meter that appears when you hold down the right stick, is tremendously satisfying. This system also provides some much-needed nuance to offense in the paint, especially when you're trying to hit a floater or a crafty layup. Maybe it's because it's one of the few things that feels entirely fresh about NBA 2K21, but it stands out as this year's best addition.
See? Get people that play this fucking game to review it. This is not a new feature. This was already in the game, and we told them to take it out. What was it, 2K17? This is not new. Get people that play the game. You're already wrong. God damn, dude. It's not new.
That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
One of the reasons the lack of gameplay updates is so frustrating is that a handful of legacy issues remain stubbornly present. For example, the CPU will take the ball and walk into the backcourt for no reason, resulting in a violation.
That actually didn't happen to me at all last year with the computer. I know it happened to me in 2K19, I believe, and in 2K18, but in 2K20 it didn't happen. So that's a problem that actually came back because it did not happen to me at all in 2K20.
Another issue is that players frequently behave oddly in transition, like LeBron James slowing down for no reason in the middle of a break. Similarly, the CPU is often much too aggressive on double teams, making it far too easy to find open teammates.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. That falls.
This has been an issue for several years, and it's
But get this is an intended issue. When you're playing MyCareer or whatever you're playing, because this happens often in MyCareer. I don't know if this is MyCareer, but this happens often in MyCareer. They make MyCareer easy so they can make it boring, so you have no choice but to go to the park. They make MyCareer so mind-numbing that if you don't want to play park, then you just probably not even going to play the game. That's the whole thing. They want to do that. They want to do that. That's not a mistake. They're going to make the computer stupid. They're going to make it easy and simple. They're going to make to where you get average 30 points and 30 assists and to where you barely lose. So it can be so boring and so unchallenging, if that's a fucking word, you go to park. This is intentional. The CPU is not broke. No. I'm not going to give 2K the credit and say, oh, they just got to fix it. They doing this shit on purpose.
maddening that it's still around. That being said, player spacing continues to improve. Non-controlled players behave more realistically off the ball, and particularly in online play, AI teammates are better at creating space for themselves.
Now, that's one thing I always gave 2K credit. We're not going to get through this whole thing. This one thing I always give 2K credit for. As far as when you're not playing in MyCareer, when you're playing like MyGM or My League, the players do space well. They do space the floor well. They do things right. But that was never 2K's problem. 2K's problem was never the actual technicalities of gameplay for the most part. If they excel at anything, it's actually gameplay. But they are so horrible at everything else.
And making room for stars like the Greek Freak to isolate with more effectiveness. Touches like these showcase NBA 2K21's ability to emulate a real game of basketball. But that smooth simulation makes it more jarring when things go awry.
Off the court problems, okay?
It's unfortunate that nearly everything outside of the on-court experience pales in comparison. This year's MyCareer campaign, called The Long Shadow, is a colossal disappointment. The story follows Junior, a promising young talent playing in the shadow.
Okay, this is my thing. This is crap. Yeah, we know that. But why did y'all, let me know in the comments, why did y'all diss the Spike Lee storyline? Because I actually liked that storyline. It actually gave you feeling. It actually gave you people you could connect to. People still talking about Basquiat, bro. To this day, people are talking about Basquiat, bro. People still talking about him. What was wrong with it? I kind of blame the community on that one, because a lot of y'all dissed the Spike Lee storyline, and I have no idea why. Maybe because y'all not used to Spike Lee. I know a lot of y'all are younger. But when Spike Lee make a storyline, when he does something like this, he's not just pulling shit out the air. I guarantee you one of these players went through something that's very similar to that storyline, if not exact. So I really don't understand why y'all didn't like that version and told them to basically go back to this. I like an actual storyline. I wanted to last more than one season, but that Spike Lee storyline was dope, bro. Y'all, like, if you don't like that one, like, I can't really even understand why.
Of his deceased father. In between his journey from high school play to the NBA draft, very little time is spent developing any of the uninteresting characters, and too much is spent on Junior awkwardly chasing after his girlfriend to declare his love like something out of a Hallmark movie. Aside from being able to see college hoops in a video game again, the whole story is disappointing. Thankfully, there's an option to skip the story and head straight to the NBA draft.
And we got to shout out to the community for that. We got to shout out the 2K community for that, because at first you couldn't skip cutscenes. You couldn't do, and we were like, dude, this is getting fucking ridiculous. But like I say, they need to go back to an actual story. If you can make an actual story last a couple seasons, I like that. But then again, I like the Spike Lee one. That was actually my favorite one. I don't understand why y'all didn't like that. Because like I said, if you think it was unrealistic, you don't know how Spike Lee make movies. One of these players in his league has went through that similar thing. But let's go ahead. More money, more problems.
The rest of the MyCareer mode is pretty good, if you can ignore the horrible microtransactions that infest its every corner. But of course, ignoring them is easier said than done.
Ignoring them is fucking impossible. Because if you're ignoring them, you're going to have to go into the park with what, a 60 overall? Going to MyCareer with a 60 overall? They make it to where it's impossible to ignore. Look at this, y'all. It's not about the fucking $60. I wish I would stop saying it. It's not about that. It's about $19.99 here, $19.99 there. Going to my team and spending $20. Going to my team and spending $30. They'll give you the game for free. I wouldn't be surprised if quicker and quicker 2K would be like, look, when this game is out a month, we gonna give it to y'all for free. Because they don't care about you buying a game for $60. If you're going to get it free and then put $100 in it anyway, they don't care about that. That's why I tell y'all, if you want to buy the game, okay, buy it. I am done trying to tell people don't buy the game. Anybody in the comment section saying that, you just talking to be talking. People not going to stop buying the game. Leave that alone. But if you're going to buy the game, buy it for $60 and don't put any of this bullshit you're looking at right now in it.
Because NBA 2K21 won't let you look away from its monetization train wreck. Virtual currency is used for everything, from upgrades to attire options, and grinding for it is a pain. MyCareer has so much potential as a deep create-a-player mode, if only the grinding were a little less tedious. It's a shame that the neighborhood, a free...
I never disagreed with cosmetics, spending VC on cosmetics. I never disagree with that. Never. If you saying these jerseys are worth this much, if you want to buy this jersey is worth this much VC or that much VC, cool. Because that don't mean I'm bad or good at the game. I could be the best player in this game and go out in brown shirt and gray pants. It's not going to make a difference. So I really don't mind spending VC on the cosmetic shit. It's just all the other shit that you need to compete. That's the problem.
Roam area where you can play pickup online matches and customize your player is caught up in all the microtransactions. It's now set in Venice Beach, and that's a nice change of pace from last year considering how much time you spend there. The colors are vibrant, the courts look great, and there's something soothing about the cool blue backdrop. It's a lot of fun touring the area, buying new gear, and playing some hoops with others.
Urban Decay, okay.
Meanwhile, it doesn't seem like a coincidence that the modes left untouched by microtransactions have seen no meaningful upgrades. Even though My League has enough features to serve as an excellent simulation, there are so many opportunities to inject it with the life of what makes the NBA so fun to follow, but nothing has been added. And even though
And I knew they wasn't going to add nothing. That's why y'all heard me talking about my league before. I stopped fucking talking about it. I knew they wasn't going to add nothing. And I'm telling you, I'd rather play Park. Do I like my league and my GM better than Park? No. No, I don't. But it's so many fucking problems. I'm forced to play that. Is it a good mode? Yes. Do I like it more than Park? No.
2K has done an impressive job of letting you play as the WNBA with great likenesses of players like Sue Bird and Natasha Howard, you still can't use those teams in my league for some dumb reason. The best way to play NBA 2K21 is against other people, and that's only emphasized by the gameplay tweaks to this year's iteration. It feels like the skill gap continues to grow between players who were willing to put in the time to learn the mechanics, which is a good thing. However, as has become an annoying tradition, online play remains hit or miss. Latency and crashes are still a problem even on a wired connection. There's also a
2K one of the only games that do that. 2K one of the only games that do that. This is probably where we go. Nah, we gonna get through the whole thing, because I do a reaction and we never get through the whole video because I just get mad and turn it off. We gonna get through this whole thing, but 2K, y'all bad at that. Y'all are one of the only games that even if you wire, it be lagging. Towards the end of last year's cycle, you couldn't even. Never mind. Let's go with the video.
Crashing issue when entering or leaving loading screens in the neighborhood.
Ridiculous.
When it's clicking, NBA 2K21 has some of the best gameplay in sports video game history. But that's been true for several years now, and though this year's iteration improves on a handful of things, most notably the aimed shooting mechanic, there hasn't been much movement. At the same time, it's a shame that
This loses credibility because the biggest thing he's talking about is the aim shooting, and he's talking about it like it's new. If he actually played the game, this will actually get a lower score because he was like, hey, you added something in the game and pretended like it was new. And also, you added something in the game that the overwhelming majority of people told you to take out.
2K's focus isn't on the fun you can have on the court, but instead the money that can be extracted from your wallet off the court in the MyCareer.
That was always 2K problem.
Which just aren't.
That was always 2K problem. The gameplay is not bad. That's why I tell y'all, I don't understand. Like, don't put no extra money in this. The gameplay is not bad. I wish I could play my team, but I'm not putting no money in there like that. I would have bought a $60 copy this year if it wasn't for I know I'm going to get an Xbox next gen. So I don't want to pay for a console and turn around and pay for this again. Don't put no, and I told y'all just straight up, don't buy 2K21 current gen at all. Just watch your favorite YouTubers. Do not buy this. Listen, do not buy 2K21 current gen. Don't buy it. Don't buy it later. Don't buy it unless it's like for $5, $10. Don't buy it. Watch your favorite YouTuber and save your money for next gen. The gameplay is always good. It's always good. I can look at other sports games. I can look at other 2K gameplay is good. Now, does it satisfy everybody? Now, here's the thing. Y'all might be like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm not counting the dissension in the community about whether shooting should be like this, whether shooting should be like that. Because whatever you think shooting should be or other things should be, there are 5 more people that disagree with you. I'm just talking about the technical aspects, how well they simulate basketball once they get on the fucking floor. They do a good job at that. But this bullshit, come on, man.
Fun to grind through without paying. Maybe the new set of consoles on the horizon will bring a fresh start for the NBA 2K franchise, but right now it's hard to muster a lot of optimism about the series' future. For more sports games, check out our reviews of...
So he gave it a 6. A 6 is okay. If I'm going to rate the game, I'm going to rate the game probably a 4. And not because of the gameplay, because of what happened with this VC. And that's another thing he didn't speak on. You got to get people in the community to review this game. Maybe they won't because they know they're going to review this game low. And Take-Two Interactive is going to put their foot in IGN ass. So they're not going to do that. But I would probably give it a 4. All right, so that's basically it. We made it through the whole video. I know people talk, hey, I never watched the whole. Shut up. We made it through the whole video now. All right. Like and subscribe. We hit 1,000 subs. Thank y'all so much. I've already announced the winner of the giveaway. I already gave him his gift card. So we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep going and going. And I'll see y'all later.